Today we're diving into the world of ancient myths to talk about one of its greatest heroes, but maybe not the one you're thinking of. Let's put Achilles aside for a moment and talk about Hector, the true hero of the Trojan War. So, who was Hector? He was the firstborn son of King Priam of Troy, the big brother, the commander-in-chief of the Trojan army, and basically the city's last line of defense. Unlike many heroes in Greek myths, who were all about personal glory, Hector was different. He was a family guy, fighting not for glory but to protect his home, his wife Andromache, and their little boy. There's this incredibly touching scene in the Iliad where Hector is about to go into battle. He meets his wife and son at the city gates. He takes off his intimidating, plume-crested helmet so he doesn't scare his own child, and shares this tender, heartbreaking farewell. He knows he might not come back, but his duty to his people comes first. This one moment tells you everything you need to know about his character. He's brave, but he's also deeply human. Now, let's talk about his skills. Hector was a phenomenal warrior, second only to the superpowered Achilles. He was known as the tamer of horses, and was a brilliant military strategist. He led the Trojan forces with courage, and managed to push the Greeks back to their ships multiple times. He even took down some of the earliest Greek heroes, including the mighty Ajax's half-brother, and even Achilles' best friend. That last one, though, sealed his fate. When Hector killed Patroclus, who was wearing Achilles' armor, he enraged the seemingly invincible Greek hero. Achilles, who had been sitting out the war, returned with a single-minded goal: revenge. The final showdown between Hector and Achilles is one of the most famous duels in all of literature. Hector, knowing he stood little chance against a demigod consumed by rage, still faced him. He fought for Troy to the very end. Even in defeat, Hector's nobility shines through. As he lay dying, his last request was for his body to be returned to his family for a proper burial. Achilles, in his fury, initially refuses and desecrates Hector's body. But eventually, the gods intervene, and King Priam secretly visits Achilles to ransom his son's body. This act of a grieving father finally moves Achilles, and the agreement. So while Troy ultimately fell, Hector's legacy as a noble prince, a devoted family man, and a selfless protector endures. He wasn't a demigod. He was a man who stood up against impossible odds for everything he loved. That's what makes him a true hero. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tales from history and myth.